What is up, guys? In today's video we have the 2025 Mustang Dark Horse. Personally, I haven't driven a Mustang in forever, and in today's video we're going to do a POV style first impressions review of the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. I'm going to do a full review of the car as well, but that's going to be coming in a separate video. So what we have here today is the Dark Horse Premium, and it's in shadow black. Mustangs, in my opinion, look good in black because they're just mean looking. So from the rear, it's beefy as well. A nice diffuser, dual quad tip exhaust setup. Got a pretty decent sized spoiler for the Dark Horse. We got bronze wheels, so that'll be up to each his own pretty much if they like bronze wheels. I think it looks pretty good. Most people, when they buy a Mustang, they start modifying them anyhow and putting aftermarket wheels on. Aggressive front end. We got the nostrils there for air intake into the 5-liter Coyote, which gets 20 more horsepower than a regular GT Mustang. So this is 500 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. So the same amount of torque as a regular GT, but 20 more horsepower. We got nice strut brace, got dual throttle bodies. But like I said, we're gonna do a full review in a separate video. This is more gonna be about driving it and what it's like. Got a heat extractor on the hood that's obviously functional. This specific car has the Recaro package as well. This is a $2,000 option. I love the blue stitching. Very nice graphics. Got the Dark Horse right there. 12.3 inch screen, 13.2 inch screen right there. Let's start her up. And the most important feature we see is the 6-speed manual transmission. This is a Tremec transmission, and nowadays we all know how rare a manual transmission is. It is so awesome that you can still buy one of these with a manual transmission, and it's so awesome that this car still has the 5-liter V8 under the hood. And one cool thing here with the screen, for those who don't know, you go to My Mustang, you go to cluster theme, and you can change up the different modes. We currently have it in the SVT Cobra from 99 to 01. You can change it to the Fox body. Very cool. Classic 67, 68. Look at that. It's dope. We're gonna put it in sport though. So I was blasting the air conditioning for a little bit because it's hot outside. But one thing, when you do car videos, especially in the summertime, you can't have that blowing because obviously that sucks for audio. What doesn't suck for audio though is this. This thing sounds so awesome. Oh look, the valves aren't even open. Where are they? We got a track exhaust on. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference when it's in quiet. But we don't want it in quiet, that's boring. Now before we get on the road here, huge shout out to my old employer, Mid-Township Ford, for lending me this car for the day so I can make some videos for you guys. It is currently for sale for anyone that is in the market. And I haven't driven a manual in forever either. I just drove it up here to this parking lot to start the video. And it's like, yeah, you kind of quickly learn how to ride a bike again type thing. I'm driving a manual. A quick little side note here for anyone that follows my channel. You know this already. I am born and raised in Sweden. Now I live here in the US, but when I got my driver's license in Sweden, you had to learn how to drive on a manual transmission. Otherwise, you got this like semi-idiot license that said for automatics only. You know, we can't be having that. But it's a little different over here in the US. Now this thing has automatic rev matching, which I love because I'll be the first to admit I'm not an expert on rev matching on my own. I mean, I can do it, but it usually doesn't, you know, properly rev match. So this is just first impressions of driving a Mustang. Again, it's specifically a dark horse in today's video. It's just like this brand is so iconic. You gotta love a Mustang, even if you're, you know, GM Camaro guy or a Dodge guy or whatever. You gotta, you know, give the Mustang and Ford its proper props for what they've done with this car. And it is still around after all these years. It still has a V8, still has, or it comes available with a 6-speed manual. You can get a 10-speed automatic as well. Yeah, baby. Oh, and the exhaust pops a little bit when you shift. That's awesome. Yeah, this thing is sweet. All right, so we're gonna go to track apps, and then we're gonna go to launch control. Launch control enabled. Here's the thing, I've never done launch control in a manual transmission car, so I'm assuming that it sets, hold on here, launch settings, yeah, see, 2500 RPM. You can go up, you know, we'll just do 2500 RPM. Now Ford claims that this car does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, and I'm sure that it does, but with a manual transmission, I mean, you gotta get the launch and the shifts perfectly. So I'm assuming you just come to a stop. There we go. I don't know how quick that was. It felt good though. First time doing launch control in a manual transmission car. I've done it gazillions of times, but they always have like either dual clutches or automatic transmissions. That's pretty cool. It is definitely just more involvement when you drive a manual. Oh, I love the rev matching. That is awesome. It feels good, man. It feels good. 500 horsepower, 418 pound-feet of torque. It is naturally aspirated. We all know what the Coyote is capable of when it gets boosted. There's a lot of these around with 1,000 horsepower. Once you put some work in, the engine is just so capable. And we all know, if you're not an experienced driver, you always keep traction control on in a Mustang, which we obviously have today. Oh, you gotta love that. Just going through the gears and, oh man, it's awesome. So we're going to shift from sport to track. Oh yeah. The base price for a Dark Horse Premium is, I think, $68,000. This one is stickered at $76,000 because it does have some options. The appearance package being one of them. You can also get a handling package, which is an additional $5,000. So technically, you can buy a Mustang like this for around $85,000. Like we said, this one is at $76,000, but keep in mind, you can still get an American sports muscle car with a naturally aspirated V8 under the hood and a manual transmission. Yeah, I mean, and just banging gears is awesome. I know that for people that have a manual transmission, they're used to it, but I don't get to drive them as often anymore. and it's fun. Okay, of course there has to be a cop right there. I was gonna take him up some twisties here and see how it handles, but we're gonna have to do a quick little lap here. I can't come up the rear end of a police officer in this thing. Going, you know, just slightly over the speed limit. Okay, no one turn left here now, please. Go straight. Oh, that's a good boy, Tesla. Make a right turn. Make a right turn. You guys over there, make a right turn as well. I want the twisties to myself. Go, what are you guys doing? Of course, this freaking Cadillac's making a right turn. Hang on. Stupid Escalade. See how it handles. Traffic. Sorry guys, traffic. But it actually, it doesn't feel too heavy. Now, while I love naturally aspirated engines, especially the Coyote, and it is quick, of course, it's fast, but I don't know, I can't help but feel like I want at least 200 more horsepower. Why are you guys going like 25 miles an hour? That cannot be the speed limit here. That's impossible. Okay, it's 20 in this super like tight turn here. Sorry, I didn't mean to start bitching in this video, but I mean, this is ridiculous. But yeah, like back to what I was saying, I can't help but feel like I would want at least 200 more horsepower. And like a bolt-on supercharger or something. That's what this car needs. And also, you do need these Recaro seats. While they are pretty snug and tight, it doesn't feel like you're sitting in a molded rock. They're also, you know, somewhat soft and comfortable, but they do hold you in place. And they look extremely good, especially with the blue stitching. But yeah, this was just a POV style first impressions drive of the 2025 Mustang Dark Horse with a 6-speed manual. So now for the next video, I'm going to film more of a proper review and go through all the features and things that you might want to know if you're looking at buying one of these. So stick around for that one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're in the market for a Dark Horse, specifically this one, I'll link Minden Township Ford's contact information in the description below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.